Welcome to the next episode of Revolutionary Talk. So, working out, the longer the better, right?
I don't know about that. What are you doing for that whole time?
Hey.
Is this where quantity equals quality, or quality is better than, which way is that? Which way? Quality?
Quality versus quantity, right?
Yeah, quantity versus quantity. Quantity versus quantity. Is that what we're talking about? Quality versus quantity. I think that's what the meter is. I don't know. What about you?
Definitely quality over quantity for
Yes.
me, hands down.
Yeah. I mean,
I think there are perks and benefits to working out longer, though.
Yeah, and I think there is, but I think there's a popular belief in that it keeps a lot of people from working out because they think to count as a workout, it needs to go a certain period of time.
Yeah.
And I think that's a big problem that a lot of people
think-
think.
If I'm pulling the research right from when I was in school, this was a while ago, but I think 45 minutes is like the notorious, like, with warm up and cool down, your cortisol levels don't get too high or they don't get depleted, and it allows you to like kind of rise up, go down within, so that you don't end up in adrenal insufficiency is kind of what I think the study was, which is where your adrenal gland's like, I'm checking out, I'm not giving you any more like norepinephrine, epinephrine, and then you're a beach bum for the next like year.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But then there's benefits too, I think, of working out longer, where you burn fat, because fat's a reserve or a fat store.
Right.
It's a reserve. So then the longer you work out at a basal dose, the more fat you burn once your carbs are depleted.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I think it totally depends on the goal and type of workout.
Yeah.
And I mean, the thing is too, though, like if you think that you need to work even 45 minutes or longer for it to count as a workout, that might keep people from doing a 15-minute walk throughout the day or some smaller things that at least get the body moving.
Yeah.
And, I think that hurts society as a whole.
When you work out, like, what is your flow? Or like, are you intuitive with it? Do you set a time, or is it just kind of like, I'm heading to the gym, I'm gonna hit legs today?
Well, nowadays it's going to, basically do a run for half a mile to a mile, depending on how my energy is down there at that point. And then going into weights. I do a lot of free weights and like free weight squats, things, with what we have, because I would totally use the Olympic squat rack kind of thing if I had access to it. And that's what I used to do all the time. So when I was going through a period of wanting to trim down some extra tissue,
Adipose tissue.
yeah, I did. My workouts were a little bit longer, so I went and did more reps with weights. Like cardio, at least in my experience, there's not a whole lot of benefit if you're trying to slim down. The cardio isn't as effective, in my opinion, as weightlifting
Yeah,
is.
because you're using more calories and it's...
And I think there's a common opinion or maybe a misbelief that doing weightlifting is going to make you bulk up.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a big
It's a
misconception.
huge one.
Yeah, and I mean, there's that point that I can bulk up if I really wanted to, but I think the difference there is if you're not wanting to bulk up, use lighter weights in the workouts.
No, yeah, I'm glad you brought that up too, because if people are trying to lose weight and they're working out longer, you can actually cause your cortisol to go so high from the stress of it that your blood sugar's higher, so when you eat stuff, it sticks.
Yeah.
And then as opposed to, here's the flip that a lot of people don't get, is your muscle. The more muscle you have, the more calories you burn, because fat doesn't burn calories. Fat is a tissue that is used as a store to be later burned as energy. So the more muscle you have, you can even look smaller with more muscle, and then it burns way more calories. So somebody who's 140 pounds of muscle versus 140 pounds of fat, this person with all the muscle burns a crap ton of calories, as opposed to the person with fat doesn't burn hardly any.
Yeah.
So.
And yeah, it's crazy too. Like, and then go from the flip side, the people that are working out but think that you need to be on an elliptical for an hour. Like you mentioned, free weights being a lot more beneficial. It's shown that if you do like full body, like weight training, that you're actually burning calories sometimes a day or two after, depending on how heavy you go.
Yeah.
But the cardio, once you stop, you're done.
Yeah. And it's all like compound movements too on top of that. Like the more movements, more muscles, like
Yeah. I mean, cardio is essential, but I don't think it should be dependent on, I'm going to lose weight only if I'm jogging or only if I'm doing cardio.
Yeah, and overall too. I mean, if your workout should not be based on time unless you're doing it to fill time and just get movements in. Otherwise, it should be about like effort, goal, intention, out.
Yeah. I believe
Exactly.
that. Well, and then going into it with a mindset of this is a stress reliever rather than something that's stressful too. I think that also helps.
That's a solid point too, because I mean, lately it's been more or less just like working out as a stress reliever than going in and working on muscles or whatever. It's just like I'm here, and then that's where I'll be like, I'm here for 45 minutes. Just go in, just move some weights, get my mind off of whatever I'm thinking of, and listen to music.
Yeah.
Because it's better than like sitting at home doing nothing. So.
And then when your muscles are all loosened up, getting some stretches in, and
Feels
then you got the
Oh.
endorphins you're getting from it too.
Yes.
So.
Yeah.
And then at that time, like working out longer, it does feel better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, but to your point, I don't think time is a good measurement.
No,
for
absolutely not.
workouts. I think there are better things to track. I mean, you could track your weightlifting progress if you're going for that, or the calories burned, or other goals that actually involve like more measuring intensity, I guess, is maybe a better way.
Yeah, no matter what though, measure something. Measure wellness, like mindset or like happiness. You gotta find something to measure.
Yeah.
And that's what I think your time in the gym should be dependent on, or however long you need to reach that goal.
I agree.
For sure. I think that's a good note to end it on. Take that home, everybody. So don't stress about getting an hour and a half in at the gym every day. It's not necessarily needed. So come back to us next week and we'll have our next myth.